Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Brittany here with another video to help you guys live a happy, healthy, awesome life in a wheelchair. And today I have a special treat for you guys. I am interviewing my dear friend, Sarah Foley, who is the founder of Disability Icon, a fitness program for women in wheelchairs. She is also a motivational speaker and a business and mindset coach. I am so excited for you guys to meet her. Today, Sarah is going to talk to us all about how her journey as a wheelchair user began, how she was able to lose weight and get healthy after she became paralyzed, and how she started a program to help other women do the same thing, and all of the amazing things that she is up to now. So I'm excited to welcome her to the Zoom room in 1 sec, and we will get started. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to my YouTube channel, Sarah. I'm so excited to have you on my channel. I've talked about you before on this channel. So if you are a religious watcher of my YouTube channel, you guys are my favorites and you already know who Sarah is. But if you're not, and this is the first time you're joining us, then I will let Sarah just introduce herself briefly about who she is and maybe how we met from her perspective, because I've told people how we met before. But I'll just let you share who you are and how we know each other.
Amazing. So I'm Sarah Foley. I go by Vertical Blonde on Instagram and website and everything else. And God, where do I even start? I feel like when I really try to get down to like who I am and what I am all about, I'm all about trying to help people redefine what is disabling them, whether it's a physical disability, whether it's perfectionism, whether it's loneliness, whether it's abuse, like whatever is going on in your life, it all comes down to mindset. And so when you have a healthy mindset and a healthy way that you treat your body and show up within your own world, meaning up here especially, your whole life can transform. And I experienced this firsthand in my own life. I went through a really beautiful transformation physically, and at the same time I was going through personal development, therapy, healing, like everything kind of meshed into one. And from that, it gained traction and people wanted to know how I did it. They mainly contacted me about the weight loss.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to get through that, like weight loss was only a part of it. It was only a small part. And so I started the Disability Icon program, and that is how you and I came to meet. You were one of the very, very early icons in the program. And it was so, you've been one of my favorite people to watch in the program. Not only do I adore you, absolutely adore you, but like watching you get super aware of like what you wanted to shift and where your shortcomings were and what was really disabling to you, and then take the action to overcome that. It's been mind-blowing. Like you're one of my favorite stories, and to know that you're still with me since like the very early days is really cool. So
I love that. And I love that that's the thing that you are so proud of me for, because I'm so proud of myself for that. The shifts that I've made, not necessarily, in my body or whatever, but in my mindset, because that is the thing that has stopped me from doing any of the things that I've ever been afraid to do. It's always been something, a limiting belief or something about my mindset that has stopped me from doing things. And if I can overcome that, I know that anything is possible. So that's really cool that's the thing that's been your favorite. Okay, so let's backtrack now.
okay.
So I'm in a wheelchair. You can't see that Sarah's in a wheelchair, but she's in a wheelchair too. So take us back to how your journey as a wheelchair user began. How did you end up in this world?
I know, it's such a funny world, huh? We all have a story. And so I was 30 years old, and the Cliff Notes, I was having the time of my life. I had a really, really good job that I'd worked really hard for. I was running the spa at a ski resort. I was the boss lady, and I was newly in love. I was just having the time of my life, making good money. Like everything felt really, really good. And my boyfriend and I had gone on a little mini trip down to southern Utah, where like it's like those big, beautiful red rock formations like Zion and like the gorgeous spaces. We went to a place called Bryan Head, and we went out on four-wheelers with another couple. So we went out on these four-wheelers, and the thing about Sean was that and even to this day, he always wants to make sure that like he's doing whatever he could to keep me safe. Like, so he put me on the bigger 4-wheeler. I was really inexperienced. All the others were really experienced on these machines. He had gone on up ahead on the trail to make sure that it was clear, that it was safe. And what I didn't know when the other boyfriend told me that like, come on up, you're good, that Sean was coming back down to let me know that it was safe. And so as we came around kind of this bend, it was like, kind of like what like around and up this little hill. And as I came around and he came around, it was just like, oh my God, like the first thing that went through my head was get off the trail, like just get out of the way, get to safety. So I jerked the wheels, hit a ditch, and just went flipping. And it was instant paralysis from about the rib cage down. I'm T4. And, they were pinching my toes and, like there was no connection being made. And so Life Flight came and, the rest of the story is kind of the norm. You go to the hospital and they do the surgeries and, kind of get you as stable as possible and go through the rehab and do all the things. And one thing that I felt like they missed, and I might be getting ahead of the conversation, but one thing that I feel like they miss time and time and time again is to really encourage someone that's gone through that to not forget about the parts that they can't feel. Yeah. Like keep that connection alive. And if nothing else, to keep a positive relationship with your whole body. And if connection comes back, that's awesome, but that's going to be a way that would help to increase those chances. But also, I feel like we all go through this period where we just hate our bodies. Like we just hate them. And we kind of forget about the parts that we can't feel. And so, you go through and you learn all the physical therapy and you learn how to get independent and transfer from the couch to the chair and do all the things. But it's like, how are you doing? How your life just got flipped upside down. How are you? And, keep that connection alive with your body and all those things that I never heard. And I know that that's really common. So I spent about 4 years in just kind of this place of denial. I put on the happy face, everything's good, that kind of thing. And then in behind closed doors, it was really a massive amount of depression, suicidal for a bit. And I wish I had me as a friend then. Like, I wish I had someone that redefined what stereotypes about disability look like. I wish I had someone that showed me I could still be fit and happy and joyful and fashionable and sexual and all these things that we think that we're not supposed to be now that we have a disability.
Totally. I totally can relate to not staying connected to your lower half. I would literally, because I was only 13 when I was hurt, I would go to sleep when people were, helping me cath or do things, stretches, that I wasn't even like trying to engage at all in anything that they were doing. I just forgot about my lower half, and it was awful. So after you got independent, you came home, you stayed with Sean, your boyfriend. Yep. So that relationship worked out. Would you say that your health went downhill because of the depression? Because I know your story is that you gained weight. So was that partly because of the depression, just because you were less active? What would you say was like the I guess impetus for your health kind of going downhill?
Yeah, I think that I had a lot of emotional weight. Frankly, I had a lot of unhealed trauma and just downright pain and anger that I was holding on to. And then I was not active. And to give kind of a pretense, pre-injury, I was a gym rat. Like, I loved the gym. I went to kickboxing every night. Like, I loved being active. I was like head cheerleader, like it's in my blood. And yet after the injury, I was like, I just don't know how to work out like this. And frankly, I didn't really love myself enough to work out. Yeah. Like, I just didn't care. And yeah, the relationship worked out. People are always like, what happened? What happened? So we ended up staying together. We got, to give you a taste of denial too, like we got married on the anniversary date of the accident in order to turn it into a good day in our history.
Oh,
like it was like no bad days. Like we just avoid all the hard things at all costs. So we got married at the 2-year mark, which the 2-year mark can be really emotional because a lot of doctors tell you like whatever you've got at 2 years is what you've got. Anyone that's watching, that's entirely false. Like,
yeah,
you learn nothing else from
that.
today.
Where do they come up with that arbitrary number? From like random research or something, but it's all bullshit. So don't believe it.
Total bullshit.
Yeah.
But we had a baby. We had a little boy, Charlie. Anyone that is curious about childbirth and having a kid, like I loved being pregnant. I loved having, because I felt like it gave me a connection to my body that I actually wanted to be connected. I love my little boy. I mean, what mother doesn't? But I think that children from parents with disabilities are a special breed. Like they are so special. And I know that like his heart wouldn't be what it is if he didn't see mom go through what she does and also overcome and keep going. And sometimes I kind of have to remind him, like, this is hard for me.
Yeah.
Like, I know this looks easy and you see me do it every day, but like, this is hard. Like even just getting in and out of the car, like this takes time. Yeah. So, but yeah, we, you know, life kind of went on, and Sean ended up getting a great job transfer opportunity to Maui. And I had actually gone back to work within 7 months of being injured. So I went back to being the boss. That was like the only focus that I had. I think it was more so to kind of avoid feeling anything. You know, this story actually came up recently with another girl I was talking to who's very newly injured. She's only 4 months. And there's this common feeling that like all of a sudden you don't belong anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. Like you don't belong in your old life. Nothing makes sense anymore. Nothing's normal. And yet you look at whatever your experience is around disability, and typically the societal norms and stereotypes, they don't paint a pretty picture. No. They don't paint being active and happy and joyful and sexy and like all, they don't paint these things. And so you sort of feel like that's your destiny, to become like the stereotypes. And that gets really depressing. And I think that was why I went back to work so fast, to just like avoid all the ickiness. But then when Sean got the job transfer, it was funny because I was like, I had such a hard time leaving my job because it was the last bit of my old life that I had. Oh, and I
never even thought of that.
Hard. Yeah. I got cold feet twice. He was like, you're nuts. Like, why are you saying no to Maui? You're crazy. And I'm like, I don't know who I am if I'm not a spa director. So it was really hard to like swallow that pill. But then when I did, when I finally made the decision and we moved, I was like, I'm going to do anything I can to embark on healing. For whatever reason, I'm being led there. I'm going to embark on like the culture and the energy, and led to healers. And I kind of got a little wookie, I think, for a minute there, but I just believed that like something was waiting for me.
So that's a great segue then to, you're in Maui. You're not happy with the way your body is, with the way you've been living your life. What do you do next? What changes? What would you say is like the first big push that allowed you to become who you are right now?
So living in Maui, you live in sundresses and bikinis, like that's all you live in. And so like my body, I couldn't hide behind like winter clothes anymore, or like big clothes. And so I was starting to get like really, really unhappy. I got the big parabelly. I was really squishy and just not fit, and getting more and more angry at myself because, again, like I had a different view of what my body was used to. And so I was craving to work out again. but I was terrified of looking like an idiot at the gym. I didn't know how to use equipment. I didn't want to be a spectacle. I didn't want to have to ask for help when I was there. Like I wanted to be able to put my headphones in and not talk to people. And I was like, once I go in, like that, like I'm all those things might come true. So I would like drive through the parking lot of this gym all the time, like go in and then I chicken out, go in, and then I chicken out and I chicken out. And as beautiful fate would have it, my little boy Charlie ended up breaking his foot. He was like running across some rocks, and he was 2 years old and had to stay off of his foot for 6 weeks. And so for a little kid that like has just learned how to run, keeping him off his feet was really hard. So I had to keep him home from preschool daycare. And so I had a little chunk of extra money in my pocket because of the no daycare. And I just was like, I want a personal trainer. I've never been able to afford one before. This will afford me. I'm going to go in and I'm just going to get a trainer, because I felt like if I had someone to hold my hand, then they would have to do all the things. I wouldn't have to ask for help. They'd be doing it for me and they'd be showing me how to use it and so forth. So I went into the gym one day and I was like, I need someone that's going to kick my ass and get creative and not be afraid to like just go for it and have some trial and error. And they led me to this man named Jake, who you know, Jake, and love Jake. And what was so cool was that at the same time, he was going through a lot of personal development stuff as well. So while we were working out, we would talk about the books we were reading and mindset, and we would talk about how to create a business. And like, so I would spend my whole hour getting fit and working on my mental capacity. And then at the same time, since I'd moved to Maui, I'd kind of been searching for a good therapist, but I had just finally landed like a good, solid, like loved her work therapist. Yeah. So all of that was like the perfect storm. So I got the personal development and the mindset, the physical fitness and the healing all together.
Wow. That's amazing. I didn't know that part of the story where Jake and you talked about personal development and stuff. That's really cool. Yeah. And Jake has since gone on to be massively successful. So I'm going to link to him in the description below too, because he is amazing. And if anybody is looking for a personal trainer that is able-bodied and willing to, you know, get creative, that's, you know, he's like amazing. But so let's figure out now what happened with Disability Icon. So how did you guys start a program for people with disabilities? Because Jake had never worked with anybody with a disability before, right?
The cool thing about Jake was that he was a nurse. So he had gone to nursing school first. So he had a different view on health. And like, I feel like nurses, all my nurse friends, like they're not scared, right? They're not scared to talk about wounds and like all the uncomfortable things. So I could be really open with them, I felt, because of that background. And so it actually started extremely organically. I had posted my before and after of my 6 and 12-week transformation, which is very drastic. I mean, it's a different body and a different smile. It's a different person. And so I posted that, and I kid you not, like, I wish I would have counted them, but I think it was between 200 and 300 messages that I received the next morning of like, how did you do it? Like, I am searching. I don't know how to do this. Please give me all the ways. And so I called Jake and I was like, I think we need to start a business together. Like, there is a population that really, really needs this. And so it began as 100% fitness. And I don't think I gave enough credit initially to the mindset and the healing factors. Those are very big parts of the program now. Yeah. But in the beginning, it was pure fitness. And so what we did was we basically took my exact fitness program that he put me on. We put that into like a 6-week program, and then we marketed it. And I've just only done my marketing through Instagram, but I posted and I was like, hey, like, let's do this. And so we took groups of 10 girls for 6 weeks, and we took them through the program. The very first one, it was really chunky, it had a lot of tweaks to be worked out.
Yeah.
You know, we'd never done it before.
I missed that one. I
Yeah,
didn't
the
join that
second
one.
round, we're finally getting our bearings. But
Yeah.
what's cool is that there were girls that signed up round after round after round.
Yeah.
But what I realized was that some of them, that if they didn't re-sign up, that they were going back to old weight. And it's because their mindset hadn't shifted. You know, anyone can do a boot camp, but to like have sustainable results for 3 years of like your whole life, like relationships, mindset, like business, all the things like that, I feel like is real transformation. So
You
that's,
realized you were missing the secret sauce in the first couple rounds.
totally.
Okay, so you started Disability Icon. It got some traction. You started changing girls' lives. The program has been around now for I think 3 years this January, if my math is correct.
Yep.
How has the program changed? What does the program offer now? And what can people expect from the program in the near future?
The program is totally transformed. I mean, in all the best ways. Like we kept the things that really, really worked, which is, you know, giving people a plan to follow. And there's kind of like a saying, like, if I don't check the boxes, it doesn't happen. And so in the app, like you actually check off if you've done each exercise and the workout and attended the calls. And because if you don't, you're like, I'll just do it later. I'll just do it later. I'll just do it later. But the accountability has become really, really powerful within the group.
Yeah.
And then, so we've also brought in a lot of mindset. That's like my true like passion. I love everything personal development. I love being able to gift people a new way of looking at life and their problems. And so we do that through like our coaching calls. So we meet every single Monday. We get to talk about all the things. There's parts of it that is just me coaching from either experiences, things I've learned, like things I've researched. And then I feel like the most beautiful part that I did not expect is the community. Like these girls have said over and over, like, it's the group that has changed my life. Like I see life different. I see myself different. I see everything differently. And I feel safe. Like that's also really common to hear, like the calls are really safe and supportive. We're not going to keep you comfortable. We're going to really encourage growth. We're going to encourage you to think differently. That stuff can be really uncomfortable. But if you do that while being supported and feel safe to like stumble or need help or just need to talk about all the things that come with disability, like no topics off the table, that's like where you grow. I
always say when I talk to people about Disability Icon that I came for fitness, but what I found was family. And I love everything about the group of girls and every, you know, change in girls, because there's girls that come in, girls that leave. It almost gets better. It's not like it just keeps getting better and better. And I think the group dynamic just continues to get into more of a growth mindset where we all are on that same trajectory. We all try and help each other with the momentum that we've created with the fitness, and then move it into other areas of our life, because we don't just want to stop there. And I love that about Disability Icon. It's not just a fitness program that wants people to lose weight and that's it, or get healthy and that's it. It's all about, what does health even mean? And if we can't come at it in like with a holistic sort of view, like you always talk about mind, body, soul, then you're not really changing anything. You might be changing it for a little while, but it's not really going to stick. So I think that's why I've always stayed in the program. It's been one of the biggest blessings in my life. So yeah, I love it. I love it so much. And I love the transformation that it's gone through.
I love that you love it that much. And I think that, you know, when you say that, like you came for the fitness and you found the family, like that just makes me feel so good, because that's when people start to believe in themselves that much more. You know, like when you feel lonely, all you do is start to doubt and you see everything that's wrong. And, you know, you get to a really bad place. And when you start with fitness and health, of like elevating how you feel, like period, at the end of the day, like it's about how you feel. And so we show up for the fitness, we elevate the health and vitality in our bodies. But by doing so, like it trickles into our mindset, it trickles into our relationships. It makes us say, like, what else can I do? And it makes us want to embark on passions and purpose and business. And, you know, it's, there's always another level. And that's what's really cool too, that like we learn also from teaching and from being there for each other. And it's just kind of like been this really beautiful, I don't know, it started to like feed itself.
Yeah. And I think that's another really great thing about it, is that the girls in the community itself are the ones helping to grow each other. It's not just you leading calls. It's a whole community of women leading each other. And that is amazing. We all love it when you're there to lead, because you just have an energy that is unparalleled, but it's so cool to see the unique gifts that each of the girls has, that they can share with the community, and that's been helping each other grow. Okay, so Disability Icon has totally transformed. It is now, it resembles the old program, but it's so much more than that. How about Sarah Foley? So she was injured. She started an amazing platform. She started changing lives. You love mindset, personal development, all that stuff. What's next for you in terms of, you know, career goals or just goals in general for Sarah Foley?
So my goal has always, or I guess the word that's always come to mind for like, what is my purpose, right? Like, I feel like the word bridge always comes to mind. To bridge from like how you are feeling to how you want to feel.
Yeah.
Bridge how those societal norms of stereotypes around disability, bridge from where they were to where they could be. And I think that all begins with us seeing ourselves differently.
Yeah.
Right. Like we can't, I feel really strongly about this because I feel like we can't demand change unless we change ourselves. And
Yeah.
like, we really need to show up. I always say, like, the icon you are, like, you are an icon. Unfortunately, limiting beliefs have gotten in the way, and what you think you're supposed to be and shoulds and all this stuff gets in the way. But like, you are so special. Each one of us is so special. And we all have something that we all have gifts. We all have purpose. We all have something to offer. And the whole goal is to find it and use it and share it. So that's my purpose, is to be a bridge for people, to help them walk across it with support, feeling safe, feeling loved, feeling seen, all those good things. And then taking it a step further where it's, you know, we're women first, right? Like,
Yeah.
we were there, we did a beautiful retreat a few years ago, and we got to film the whole thing. And there was like a little film crew there, and they did interviews with each girl at some point during the event. And he came to me afterwards. He said, you know, it was the most interesting thing. He said, they all said this in their own words, but he said, they all said that I want to be seen for the woman I am and not the chair I'm in.
Oh,
And
that just gave me goosebumps.
Right? Like, we're women first.
Yeah.
We are, yes, I'm a woman and I have a disability and I am a perfectionist and I get really lonely and I'm amazing and I know my worth. And so it's like, we can be all these things, and we don't have to be so defined by it. And I think that there's a lot of people dealing with things, feeling really, really alone, that we don't really know the struggles that people are going through. And so if I can offer that helping hand, that support, that love, that ability to feel seen, like all those things as people walk their own bridges, like that's my whole thing. And I love it. And I do that through the Disability Icon program. I love thinking of it as more of a lifestyle program. It's your whole life, right? To have a healthy life, you need a healthy mind, body, and soul, and you need a sense of purpose. And then also, I love I love public speaking. I love, just setting a stage on fire and just really igniting the people in the audience. And regardless of disability or not, physical disability, I think every single person has something that is disabling to them.
Yeah.
And I say it a lot that like my perfectionism disables me way more than the fact I can't walk. So we are all struggling with something. And I just want to support people and being their best.
Helping them find their voice and their confidence. And that's what you've done for me. It truly has been. I say you pushed me and supported me along the way to getting fit, to starting a business, to, disabling all of the limiting beliefs that were in my mind that were really the things holding me back. And that's the thing that I think everybody needs is they need to be pushed, and they need to have the support that's, on the other side going, okay, I'm going to push you. And then I'm going to come back on the other side and be like, now you can come on. Yeah, exactly. Like you got this. Like pushed you a little bit and now you got this. So thank you so much. I cannot wait for all of my subscribers to join Disability Icon because they're all going to do it because they all love you so much. No, they all love me so much. That's why they're going to join. If you do want to join though, I'm leading calls. So if you only care about me on this call, I'm just joking. If you only care about me, I'm leading some of the calls until Christmas. So you can hang out with me. Right now you have a special deal. Do you want to talk about that for a minute so that we can share that with the people that are watching?
We have a really special deal going on through Christmas. And this is something I really recommend taking advantage of because everything is more fun with a friend. So we're doing a BOGO deal, which is buy one, get one for free. Buy one whole year, get a year for free, which is a massive amount of savings.
Yeah, so
and just to kind of slide this in there, I did really price this in a way that like I wanted to make it a no-brainer for everybody.
Yeah.
So I was really cognizant of that. And it brings me joy to know that like the price doesn't have to prohibit people. But you can buy a whole year and then give another year away, or you can split it with a friend. You guys both pay half price, whatever you want to do. And then if you don't want to do the whole year, you can also do your code, which I think is Empowered 10.
Empowered 10. I'll put it in the description.
Icon 10.
We'll figure it out what it is before this video goes out.
Yeah.
Can we give people a little teaser about the giveaway that's happening on the Disability Icon Instagram, at Disability Icon Instagram page?
I'm so excited. I mean, just to piggyback on like, this has become more about the members than even about me.
Yeah.
We are doing 12 icons of Christmas. We might have done it backwards. I think 12 days of Christmas is technically the 1st through the 12th, but we're starting it on the 12th. And so head over to at Disability Icon on Instagram. Yeah. And follow along. Every single day, there's going to be a different giveaway featuring a different icon, a little bit of their story, how it's changed their life. And then I will just say that like the prizes get better and better every single day. So tune in. That's all I'm going to say, but
don't miss it.
Go at it.
I'm giving something away. So I'm one of the icons. You'll see what I'm giving away. So yeah, just join. It's going to be such a cool 12 days. And end with some really amazing prizes. So
yours is epic.
Yeah, it's
like
gonna be
awesome. The prize that Brittany's giving away is really, really good. And then if you're watching this after the Christmas and holiday, I mean, just join regardless. Like
yeah, just join regardless.
Priceless, really.
It really is. It really is. It's life-changing. It is a life-changing program. There's nothing else out there like it for women with disabilities. You get so much more than just fitness. Like I said, you get a family. So thank you so much, Sarah. I love you so much. You are one of the most amazing people I know. And I can't thank you enough for coming on to my channel and sharing your gifts with everybody else.
I love you so much. And I am so proud of you.
All right, guys, that was Sarah. And if you don't love her as much as I do, then I don't want you to follow me anymore. Just kidding. I know you're going to love her, and I know you guys are going to go follow her. And I know you guys are going to sign up for Disability Icon because it is the most amazing program ever. It's life-changing. I want you guys to sign up for the whole year, buy one, give one, because then you can sign up with a friend and you get to give a whole year to a friend, or you get to have half price, whatever you want to do. If you want to share it with a friend, whatever you do, just sign up for it. I want to see you guys there. I hope to see you guys there. That's all I got for you today. I just wanted to show you guys the most special person that has made such an impact on my life and share her with you guys. I will catch you guys on another video back here again next Friday. Bye guys. Love ya. Because Jamie, oh my God, the other day when we were talking about like her becoming pregnant someday, and she goes, I am never having a baby because I don't want my stomach to be cut open like yours, and I don't want to have a floppy vagina.
Oh my God.
Okay, Jamie, she's like, anything that opens to this big can't go back to normal.
Oh my hell.
You're 9. I'm like,
Hilarious.
why are you thinking about a floppy vagina? I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Vagina. And even right now, like, if you smelt me, there's a good blooper for you, so everybody. I stink so bad.